Okay, so I don't get very many male patients with painted toes. Was there a reason that you have toenail polish on?
Just style, that's all.
Okay, that's fine. Well, I thought you said you had a really good reason.
Yeah, that's just one.
Oh, what's another one?
I just kind of, because they're, they're dark and things like that, and I just a nice low even.
Okay, so you don't like the color of the actual nail?
No.
Okay. Well, I can understand that. When they get thick, they tend to get opaque, and then they can discolor, especially if they're fungal. Now, did we talk last time? I know you were just here about the painful corn last time, but did we talk about treating the fungal nails?
Yeah, we talked about that, but I
And that's fine. You don't have to,
Okay.
because, unlike what it says on the TV commercials and the Facebook ads, it does not go into your system or make you sick. It just stays in your skin and nails.
Now, you know what? You know why I'm hesitant like this? Is because this is fine, but when you get to the other ones, it's like on this side, but I don't.
Your right foot is much more
Yeah.
sensitive? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go very gently.
Right.
And unfortunately, most of your nail polish is going to come off with this
That's
treatment
okay.
today.
Ouch.
Sorry?
Yeah, you got your nails into my toe.
Where?
I mean, your nails. That was when you were doing like that.
Oh.
It wasn't my toes.
Oh, okay. Got it. I was digging my
Yeah,
nails
yeah.
in, trying to stabilize your toe. Got it. So how you been?
I've been good. I've been really good. Nothing. Just a friend that had called me and over several decades ago called, and he said that I did a mistake call.
Oh.
And so, for me, if I don't recognize it, I'll just probably I'll probably just call it back because it could be an appointment or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I called it back, and no, first I text and I says, sorry I missed your call, because he didn't leave no message. I said, sorry, missed your call. I'll call you back.
Did you know who it was?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Oh, no. You know what?
What?
It showed up his name.
Mm-hmm.
And I says, who is that? And it was a shop that I used to work at decades ago. So I says, I don't know who that is. So anyway, I called it, found out who it was. And I says, oh man, this is crazy. I says, I'm so glad that my number didn't change, because you change your number. He says, my number hasn't changed ever since. So I was just interested in talking to him, and I was like, okay, wow.
All right, I'm gonna thin these out and then I'll go to the other side.
Okay.
I think the time will come when we're all gonna be born with a chip implanted with our phone numbers.
It's probably already.
And that will be our number for life.
It's probably already.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's that pinky?
No, this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. getting this off, is that it's just keeping them thin?
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't do anything with the discoloration. It just come back. Okay. So it doesn't matter if I get my, the polish is not affecting the toes, right? Okay.
No.
Yes, somehow. Sometimes what they'll do is with the drill, they will like drill my cuticles, and that's just not okay, because it's so sensitive. Ooh. Yeah, right there, sensitive.
Hurting you?
Well, I'm just anticipating.
Got it. Okay.
I'm trying to relax.
You know, when you don't know what to expect, it's hard to relax.
Yeah, right.
The next time we do this, it'll be easier. Okay. Switch to the other foot.
Forgot she was in here.
That's okay. So I want to hear the end of this story. Someone you hadn't talked to, you said, in decades.
So I hadn't talked to him in decades, and just kind of, just kind of catching up a little bit of what, because when you haven't talked to someone,
Yeah.
mother passed away, my brother died, or, I'm in a different state, I'm doing something totally different, that kind of stuff, and,
Right.
just, what are you doing, right?
So it wasn't somebody that you specifically cut out of your life for decades?
No,
Okay.
no. What it was is that I used to cut his hair.
Okay.
So it was an old client.
Gotcha.
And of course, when you move, they find something else to do or find somewhere else. But I believe that what he moved out of town. And so, of course, once you move out of town, then you kind of lose contact.
Right. So that was nice, I bet.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice. And then he still sounds, I like when you can talk to somebody and they still sound like, as they say, normal.
Mm-hmm. So he was an older gentleman?
Yeah, he was an older gentleman. So I guess he was, I think what it was that, I think he had a corporate job, and I think he was retired, and then I guess he doing a limo service now.
Oh.
But the funny thing is, he says, man, I'm doing this limo service, and I says, oh man, maybe I could use it or just go to town. I've done that before.
Yeah.
Go to lunch and have a limo come pick you up. Now this one is a little tricky.
Okay, so this is the one that,
I think so.
all right, I'm not gonna get the skin.
Yeah.
Keep breathing. I hate when people stop breathing.
I know. He said he's doing a limo, and I says, oh wow. I says, well,
He's driving a limo?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
Limo service and things like that. And I says, okay, well, maybe I could, rent how much, just asking how much and all that. And then I says, well, we could probably do an evening type deal. He said he doesn't drive it. He said he doesn't drive at night. I says, how do you?
Yeah, how do you do proms and
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
weddings and...
I think this is the one. I think that's the.
This is the one that
yeah.
hurts?
But I don't know. It's not hurting. So whatever you're doing, it's doing real well. So there you go.
I'm just taking little pieces at a time.
Okay. So yeah. So then it's just back connecting.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Butt dials are a good thing sometimes.
Yeah. So just kind of reconnect. He sounded real good.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't sound down and out and life is over. I like talking to people like that. Life is not over until you.
Well, you know, whenever I get kind of overwhelmed, I think, you know, one day I'll be sitting on the porch of the nursing home in my rocking chair,
Oh my goodness.
wishing I were this busy.
Oh my goodness. On your rocking chair.
It'll have to be a rocking chair with a footstool.
Sounds a little untitled there. It says you know you're conditional when you get that. Hooray! This is I made it through.
Yeah, this is gonna feel a whole lot better.
This one, I guess she went around it or something. I don't know because it's usually this one.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I get my pedicure, it's kind of like she doesn't know how to go around it.
Yeah, you have to follow the shape of the nail or you will get that skin that grows up underneath.
Right.
So. But we're not done yet. Yep. Yep. Nope, you're fine. You're anticipating it's gonna hurt.
yeah.
That's all right, I get it.
Yeah, I think it's the tip where it's right in there, but it's not. I mean, it's doing pretty good. Oh.
Scared me.
Yeah, I know, my apologies. It hurt at that
I'll
time.
move on to the next one.
It's just right in that
Right.
point.
And that's right where there's a little piece of skin maybe that's sticking out under the nail.
Right,
It's sensitive.
yeah. That's a little anticipated, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
That one. What's probably a change of, kind of a change of pace in someone doing it different. Like, my mind has to get there. Now, do you recommend like putting some type of topical on there, or that?
It won't work for you,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why in a minute. So the fungus or the topical antifungal won't work for you because,
It's too far going.
yeah, the fungus has now grown all the way back under the cuticle here.
Oh, wow.
So that's where the nail's produced, and it's being produced now with the fungus in it. So a topical is not gonna affect that back there.
Gotcha.
So if you wanted to do it, we would talk about the orals, but you don't have to, again, because it stays in the nails and the skin. It's the same fungus that causes athlete's foot.
Right.
And, yeah, so it's not going to, you're not gonna turn septic from the fungus that's in the nails,
Okay.
so.
Now what does this do?
I'm just getting a little bit narrower, like getting the gunk out of the corners,
Right.
like on this one.
So I don't have to worry about, because I do paint them and just
Yeah.
because of that, but
Yeah.
then again,
And there's no problem with that, it's not
Okay.
making anything worse.
okay, cool.
Um,
Because I'm thinking what I'm putting on, because there's this, it's called clear or something,
okay.
and they said that would turn that.
I mean, there are antifungal nail polishes. I'm gonna get that little corn for you too, while you're here, and then trim it down.
It wasn't real sensitive. This
I know,
time.
but let's keep it trimmed in between visits.
Don't touch it.
No,
Don't even look at it.
I'm not gonna trim it a lot, I'm just gonna trim it.
Let's see. When I first came in here, it was, you already know,
It was screaming
she
at
was
me.
almost crying. She was like, oh, it hurts. I was like you were feeling my pain.
Well, yeah, it was very inflamed and just really painful for you.
So let's see.
So yeah, so if we can do this every couple months, just keep it trimmed down like we do your nails,
Okay,
we can keep you really comfortable.
okay, because it was trying to get a little sore.
Right. It'll keep coming back until the day that you move to Tahiti and never wear a shoe again.
That's very encouraging.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again,
I know.
corns and calluses are not a skin problem, they're a pressure problem.
Yeah. So what about my shoes?
Well, you just make sure that they're wide enough that they're not pushing on here.
Right. So you said I don't have to get a taller or bigger shoe. It's just the width.
Right. Yeah, don't go longer because that makes it a trip and fall hazard.
Right.
All right, so we'll leave it at that for today. And we'll get you back in a couple more months.
Okay.
And each time you come in, we'll be able to get like this one and this one, these two, a little bit thinner,
Okay.
without pain. And so,
So I don't need to do anything until I see you again.
no, and go ahead and put the polish on if you want, and that's fine, it's not gonna hurt anything. Well, thank you for letting us do the video.
And that's all the massaging I get on my feet?
Oh, we have a minute, I can do more.
Oh, there you go. Oh my goodness, I've been on my feet all day. I can go to sleep.
Yes.
I still gotta go back.
Yeah,
Yeah, at 4:30, so.
all right.
I-
Well, thanks again,
Thank
and we'll
you
see you back in a couple of months.
Awesome, thank you.